Hello, Latonia. It was a privilege to be selected as your evaluator today. Latonia Joan, despair is not an option. She was speaking from persuasive influence, and she was doing her icebreaker speech. For those that don't know, the icebreaker speech the purpose of this project is for the member to introduce him or herself to the club and learn the basic structure of public speech. There was nothing basic about this speech, but we definitely learned a little about Latonia Jones today. Hope. I will use hope to evaluate you. I will be using the good, better, best method using the acronym HOPE. And in Spanish, hopefully I pronounced this correctly, Esperanza. Latonia, H was for had me on the edge of my seat, hanging on to every word you said. O, what I observed. P, points of power that I had to change to put, perhaps to push yourself, since this is a good, better, best. And E, effective engagement. Let's move on back to H. Had me on the edge of my seat. I almost forgot I was evaluating you because I was so into the speech. You started off with such a bang. I was watching you, I was listening. I was like, oh my goodness. Wow, we were really kindred. You spoke to me. You spoke to several of us about what we may be experiencing today, that same kindred spirit, or in Spanish, para inets. The interest. You had all of us engaged because this is a relevant topic that all of us are facing now. Thank you for introducing us to dystopian. Wow. Some of us may have heard it, but today we all know what it means. Thank you. What I observed, and when I look at what is an icebreaker speech, there's certain things I'm supposed to look for. Your clarity, you spoke very well. You were passionate, but we could hear everything clearly. Your vocal variety, you can tell when you were speaking and it was state of fact, and then you could tell the things that were heartfelt, what you really felt connected to. Your eye contact, you did look around. I did even see you look off the screen, look back around. That was very good. Your gestures, as soon as I was going to say, oh, she could gesture time like this, you did it. You incorporated that with your next statement. P, points of power. Your opening was so powerful, and you closed with a still going up and having hope. I had to stop and not talk about all your points of power because we remember what those are. But in order to get the good, better, best, what is something that could be better? What's a way you could push yourself to do even more? I do personally know you, so I know one of the things you did to push yourself further was to talk about you, something you don't necessarily want to do. But thank you for letting us see what's on Latonia's mind today, because a lot of it was what we're going through, what we're thinking about. Thank you for giving us that opportunity here. We're not alone with this. Thank you for sharing. One thing perhaps you may want to do is, I know you like backgrounds, but I personally, just me, may feel that you didn't need all the extra backgrounds. I was so engrossed with what you were saying, maybe two would have been enough. I didn't notice all of them because I was so into looking at just you. You had my attention totally. E, effective engagement. You had us all with that. And you were personable, you were relatable, and you were totally aware this is your audience. Thank you, Latonia, for allowing me to be your evaluator.